2026. The World Cup is here. We are counting hours. We are counting minutes. We are counting moments. We are counting. We are not even sleeping because for the next, I don't know how many days, 40 days, we shall not be sleeping. We shall be here to give you the very, very latest in the world of FIFA 2026 World Cup, co-hosted by Canada, USA, and Mexico. Hapa TV 47 tutakuwa tunakupatia uhondo kamili. The behind the news, the in front of the news, the on top of the news, the under the news. Everything we shall be giving you. We shall be telling you which girlfriend has traveled with which footballer. We shall be telling you which referee was sleeping which hotel and by who. We shall be telling you why the FIFA offices are on the 17th floor of the Trump Tower. We shall give you all that information. Welcome to the World Cup Extra on TV 47 every single day for the next 50 days. Hapa ndio tuko. Tony Kolanda is my name. Our social media platforms are open for you. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. Hey, Arocho, I was waiting for you to compliment my vuvuzela, but I know I'm not alone on this show, of course. We shall be having the very, very best minds in the matters to do with football, starting, of course, with my colleague Fred Arocho, TV47, Radio 47. We also have a lady in the house, one of the best minds in football. That is, of course, Celine Waizera. We also have the best from Western Kenya. Ukitafuta Western Kenya, yote kuanzia Nakuru, teremke mpaka Malava, Busia. It is only Danto Sibola who can make this thing work. Karibu sana, of course. Danto, to see you, ladies and gentlemen. This, of course, how it will be for the next 50 days. Kama kawa, kama dawa. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, everywhere we are live for you to give you the very, very, very latest. Now, I know we have, of course, we want you to engage with us. Piga simu, piga simu, piga simu, piga simu, piga simu. Remember, the reason why we are here and we're happy about World Cup Extra is because we have actually an extra partnership with Azam. Remember, Azam TV will be bringing you live all the World Cup games from ile ya 8, ile ya saa 4, ile ya saa 6, ile ya saa 5, ile yote. And remember, we have the simplest of questions every single day. And today we are starting off big. We want you to watch all the World Cup games live on Azam. In fact, tuko na decoder tunataka tukupatie. Utakuwa unapiga tu simu, unaweka vitu kwa WhatsApp, unatuma voice note, video note, text, yote. And you're winning yourself a brand new decoder installed direct kwako. Unaanza kuwatch World Cup leo because mbwembo inaanza leo. And of course, kesho is a big day when it's officially starting. And this, of course, is a simple question we want you to participate in. It is the easiest question inakuja hewani saa hii. We're asking you, between Canada, Mexico, and the United States of America, which country do you think will advance the farthest in the 2026 FIFA World Cup? Canada, Mexico, USA. Which of these countries will advance the farthest in the FIFA 2026 World Cup? 0795045864 is the number you can call in. 0793267279 is the WhatsApp number. Tuma voice note, tuma video note. Record yourself. Tell us your name, where watching this particular show from. Give us your answer. Na hivyo ndo unateremuka, na hivyo ndo unapita na decoder ya Azam live. Mpaka hata Arocho tayari ameanza kubembeleza wenye Azam wampatie decoder. Mpaka amedunga tisho ya Azam.
Well set.
Even though tuko hapa hivi, of course, start answering, start calling us, send us, of course, 22047 is also the number you can send your particular answers in whatever form you want to. Arocho, wacha tuanze na wewe. These host nations, swali rahisi sana. In your own opinion, of course, which country do you think will advance? If unaona gani, hii World Cup inaanza inakaaje? What is being talked about?
Well, going by the statistics, going by the last matches they've played, I think Mexico has the best chance of proceeding. Out of the 6 matches, 8 matches they played this year, 2026, they've won 6 out of the 8. So basically, they're doing well in terms of their preparation. Look at the way Canada, for me, Canada is the weakest link. Canada has not performed well in the last matches they've played. They've played relatively weak sides, and they've not got convincing performance on the pitch. So if you ask me, I think the weakest link will be Canada. The strongest of the hosts will be Mexico. Yep.
Of course, Mexico are the ones kicking off the World Cup fresh. The opening ceremony will be in Mexico. After this show, I'll be flying direct to the airport. I'll be landing in Mexico in 15 hours. Celine, kwa maoni yako, of course, as we look into the host nations, Mexico, Canada, and the United States of America, which country, of course, will make it farthest? We shall be seeing, of course, Canada already on the screen. We're just looking at the host nations. Celine, I'm sure you've heard about Canada. You've heard about Mexico. You've heard about USA. Arocha said Canada is the weakest. As we look at the statistics, of course, of Canada.
I mean, I would say in terms of preparations and everything, I think we had some ish with the tickets and all the things, but when it comes to the preparation, because remember we have 12 groups, and that means it's 48 teams, and I feel like Mexico, yes, have a good squad and have a good team, and if they are really prepared, because you might be prepared physically, but mentally you are outside, and you're the host team, we expect you to give us results at the end of the day. I feel like they have the upper hand, and if they actually really put in the work, they're gonna end up in the quarterfinals. But on the other side, I know USA have prepared, and I know Canada have prepared, and let's see. Tunasemanga kuongea mapema una limit wengine, so yeah.
So una hold, unaweka kadi zako hapo chini. Of course, I know with the I'm very good friends with the High Commissioner of Canada to Kenya, His Excellency should be Tabaa, of course. Tomorrow should be on Friday when Canada will be opening their game against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Together with the entire High Commissioner staff, everybody, we shall be holed up along Limuru Road watching that very important game for Canada. So Canada is such a lovely country. Dantos, you've heard about Canada. They're starting against Bosnia and Herzegovina. You've heard about Mexico, USA.
I think it will all depend with the 12th month, that is the fun. And I think if you look very carefully, you'll see that a team like USA has strong fan base, but both countries, I think they'll have a strong fan base because they are the host. But as my colleague have said, I think Mexico have a better hand to reach further, but I think Canada also can pull a surprise. Unajua mpira udunda, unaweza kuwa labda mchezo friend lakini huwezi jua kitu kitafanyika. So I think let us just wait. Mpira 90, any team there can surprise us because of their home fans. Yes.
And of course, the United States, as you can see some of the statistics there, being one of the core countries that will be hosting. In fact, they'll be hosting the final of this particular game, this competition, on the 19th of July. The final will be at the New Jersey Stadium. That's, of course, where all the action will be happening. Most of the action will be happening in the United States of America. Arocho, umesikia about USA. Arocho is supposed to be traveling. Naomba sana Arocho atuambie kwa nini ndege yake bado iko kwa tarmac pale JKIA na haijatoka. But of course, Arocho, you've heard a lot about the United States, one of the countries that has some of the state-of-the-art stadiums. They actually started renovating or constructing some of their existing stadiums. But most people are saying it will be an interesting event, World Cup, uko US.
Well, unfortunately, this World Cup will have a lot of hitches. I'm one of the victims because I was to travel to Boston for the World Cup, but unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately, because I love Uganda. I was in Uganda when the under-17 was playing, the Kenya under-17 was playing the under-17 from Uganda.
Yes.
So the American as a country came up with some regulation, and they said that anybody who traveled to Uganda must be in a quarantine for 30 or so days. So that means that if in any case I was to travel, I'll join the team around on the 26th. But all said and done, I think if I compare, this is, I think, the second time the USA is hosting the World Cup. I think in '94, the USA had the World Cup. But things were not the way they are at the moment.
Yeah.
The kind of restrictions that we are seeing with the US, the fact that some officials have been denied visa. But I also appreciate the fact, I'm live to the fact that security concerns are also issues. Because then in '90, the security situations in the world were not that that dire. So I'm in a catch-22 because I feel that at times it's a bit hard on countries like Iran, for example. Iran will be forced to be playing their matches on and off. They play their match, they have to fly out, they cannot spend their night in the USA. So this, for me, doesn't bring the football mission, because for me, football is about bringing us together.
Yes.
But when a country like Iran has to sneak into the country, they cannot spend more than 24 hours within the US airspace or within the US land, it kills that spirit. It kills the spirit. And I'm looking at a World Cup that might not necessarily be as pretty, as beautiful as what we saw in Qatar. Two reasons. One, Qatar was a very small country. Moving from one stadium to the other was just about 2 hours train drive. But here is a case where one of the matches in Boston, and the other match is in Canada or in Mexico. Those are a difference of 6 or so hours. The other reason why I feel this World Cup might not necessarily reach the other World Cup is the timing. There are matches that will be at 3, at 4. But football lovers like Arocho, I will have to wake up. There's a day that we'll be having matches from 10
kuna mpaka 5
2 kuna ile 5 you understand ile 4 and this another, when you look at it from the flip side, is the beauty of the game. You have to commit yourself to watch these matches.
That will be very important, of course. Remember, we are here. I am the only one allowed to carry this World Cup in this entire Kenya. This is the only person. I'm privileged, and also, of course, those who have won it before. And I remember, of course, you've seen the graphics of Mexico. Mexico is hosting Iran. Mexico is hosting South Korea. Mexico is hosting South Africa. Bafana. Mexico is home to some, of course, of the top teams that will be participating. It should be in Group A, if I'm not wrong, in Group A. Remember, it will be also a repeat of 2010 World Cup, the first game, almost the same time, same day, same month. And I'm remembering, I know Sifiwe Shebalala is watching this game at Harvard University, where he's studying with so much keen to see who will be able, of course, to put this particular team where it's supposed to be. Yes, so remember, World Cup Extra should be here to give you the very best in terms of football. Mexico has some of the best infrastructure. I was talking to Her Excellency, the Ambassador of Mexico to Kenya, Ambassador Giselle, who tomorrow we shall be watching at one of the malls in Nairobi. I'll be the master of ceremony moderator. I'll also be the commentator of that game, Mexico versus South Africa at Two Rivers Mall are normally our partners at Two Rivers Mall from 8 p.m. So kama utakuwa Two Rivers Mall, kuja ndakupatia ticket, sema wewe ni Tony, rafiki ya Tony, utakubaliwa. I'll be able to give you this World Cup to watch it and feel it. So of course we've seen some of how the host nations, how they look like, Canada, how they feel like, USA, how it looks like. Later on this particular show, we have the country director of Azam Kenya, Ravi, of course, who is here to share with us and give you the reasons why you need to be glued to Azam. Now, most of you are wondering, sasa games are 5 kutakuwaje? Fine, it's okay, you can continue with your good night businesses. Unaweza fanya vitu zako za usiku. Don't worry, I'm being told that Azam will have games for you at night and during the day. So the country director is here later on this show to share these goodies and also to give you these decoders and to give you other goodies and other merchandises. And every single day, sisi na Azam tunakupatia uhondo. And that's, of course, we have a question of the day. Tunataka upige shughuli, jibu, tunakupatia rahisi. Of course, now we finish, of course, those particular countries. Wacha tukimbie kidogo kwa some of the venues of the World Cup. We have various stadiums. Talk about MetLife Stadium, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, New Jersey Stadium, Aztec Stadium, stadiums za huko Canada. They'll be coming on screen, of course, to you here to share into this. Celine, I'm sure you've had some of the stadiums you've seen, you know, from what you've interacted with. We remember, of course, there were those stadiums where they're saying they were being fixed the last minute, but USA with the technology, I'm sure will not be disappointed. I don't know if hapo hivi tufika kwa stadium itokanishe. There were other propaganda stories that the ball is bouncing, but it's not bouncing back. It's not returning your favor ya bounce back. What do you heard about the stadiums in this particular World Cup?
I think the three countries have good stadiums, but if you look at USA particular, it has a lot of stadiums, but there is a video you saw the way they were making those stadiums, and people are saying, oh, players are going to get so many injuries in this pitch. And I was like, the pitch, in as much as it was inspected by FIFA and it was approved, it's not up to the standards, because, you know, in as much as we want players to come and give us results, again, we don't want to have half of the squad injured and half of the squad fit. But if you look at the stadium in Mexico, maybe you look at Guadalajara, very good stadium. And I feel like these are some of the stadiums that have nurtured the talents that we see out here. Also, you look at Canada, I think it's the only country that has the fewest stadium, because if you look at Toronto and the other one, I feel like World Cup had a limit time that you had to prepare, and right now it is here. I feel like they could have done better, because I don't know, in as much as we say our country has worst football pitches, you know, they put these things mbele, so they should have like the best of the best stadiums. But all in all, we'll see. Time will tell if the stadiums were made right or wrong, but time will tell. And about waking up at 5, I think since we were to watch basketball, we are used to it, so we are gonna be there.
Jana, of course, yesterday we were watching Medina Court, of course, Atlanta versus Chicago Sky. Si tumeshazoea watu wa B-ball, si tumeshazoea. We shall be, of course, engaging that. Yesterday, kulikuwa na Kansas Stadium. Remember, there are about 16 or so stadiums across all these three nations that will be hosting this wonderful, magnificent tournament, the FIFA 2026 World Cup. And I was actually looking at the statistics of which countries have hosted the event and won this particular competition. Ni kidogo sana. Tuangalie United States. Mbio mbio, of course, we have the Kansas City, Missouri Stadium. Taka tuzipite mbio mbio. Clearly, of course, those are some of the wonderful... And remember, these stadiums, this Talanta Sports City, umesikia kuna sky boxes, kuna VIPs, kuna nini, all those things. Now, these are state-of-the-art stadiums. You know, USA, of course, has all that technology, but they can make all whatever things they can do in what brings the best of stadium. The AT&T stadiums, these are stadiums, mostly, of course, wala najua NFL, ama wala najuaga zile mambo ya Red Sox, wana chizanga pale. These stadiums have just been converted to suit the needs of football. And this, of course, are the way the cities are, the Texas. Tukimbia tu mbio takata tembie kwa hiyo nini, ndio nakuja hivyo. Of course, and then, of course, in the US, we're just looking at the US stadiums. We have the Boston Foxborough in Massachusetts, the Gillette Stadium. This will give the fans the best feel. Yani, if you don't watch the action on the field, kuna screens ziko everywhere. You can actually sit at your chair and just not even look at the field, but there will be state-of-the-art stadiums. Zikimbie tu Inonda Kopale, Inonda is my director to this particular afternoon, Pigash Hard Rock Stadium, of course in Miami, Florida. So most of the major cities, and these stadiums have been located in these areas. Aroch, of course, you can always study this because they're in the different areas of the United States of America. Na venye hapa Kenya, huwa tunapiga kelele ya tembea Kenya. Now, hii ni version ya tembea kwa Donald Trump, president. So there is a Levy Stadium, which was that state. Just showing you some of the stadiums that you have to interact with. Some of the stadiums that I'll also be going there to watch football. I'll be watching the semi-final and the final. That is guaranteed. So watch out for me. I'm going for the best. It's saved for the last. Lumen Field, of course, in Seattle and Washington. Some of the best. Arocho, of course, as we look at the stadiums, you earlier, what are Dantos? Dantos, of course, as we look at the stadiums in the United States and also in Canada and in Mexico, ulikuwa unasikia venye zilikuwa zinatengenezwa awali. Of course, as we're speaking to other shows, earlier shows in Sports Extravaganza and other sports shows here before the World Cup, you had heard a lot about it. You've seen, of course, from your friends. You think the stadiums are ready, especially in the US? Nakumbuka zilikuwa zinatengenezwa karibu 3 months to the tournament. Unaona wanatandika mattress ya uwanja bwana.
I think if you're the host of any event, you need to bring your A game. and I think both countries have tried to bring their A games. And I was looking at where the final will be held in New Jersey. I think the field, it's okay, even when you see the way the security-wise they have arranged, people who are going in, people are going out, where the media will be. I think it's a perfect field. It's a perfect playground where the final is going to take place. Other than that, I think Canada is one of the countries that I think it was 50-50. I don't know if they love football in that country so much.
Yes.
Because
Unashanga kuliendaje.
But as Celine said, there's a time, I think it was Senegal. There was a place they were training in a field where the match itakuwa inachezwa, and then ball ikienda kubounce. So kulikuwa na wasiwasi, even people who like us kunajiuliza maswali, so many questions. Is this the right ground that tunaenda kucheza? All the grounds zinafanana hivyo, but all in all, I think each and every country, they are ready to host this tournament. And despite so many challenges ile Arocho alikuwa ameguzia baadaye za kina Donald Trump, I don't know, there's just so many things, but all in all, I think 11 fields in the US, and then Canada, maybe they have 4, both teams at least 2-3, but US being the biggest country, imepatoka kama 11, so I think we are good to go.
Those stadiums, of course, as you're seeing them scrolling on your screens, are some of the magnificent 16 stadiums. I know the players are ready to play. I know there's a lot of sideshows, politics, geopolitics, you name them, around this particular football. But it's for the love of the game. There is politics in football, whether you like it or not. This, of course, is a thing that run football in the country. Gianni Infantino, president of FIFA, has come under fire, but we are ready to see our footballers who've been preparing all this time to watch, to play and express themselves, and see whether Argentina will be able to get this. We'll see if Germany will be able to replicate their wins. Italy are not here, some of the most successful teams in this particular World Cup, FIFA World Cup. Arocho, as of course we near, I think at some point we'll bring in the country director. Najua kuna goodies. I just have to remind you, we have a question of the day. I just have to remind you, because if you're joining us, this is World Cup Xtra on TV47. This is our debut show. This is our first show of many other World Cup shows we'll be having until past the 19th of July. We are asking you a very, very simple question in this show. Amongst the 3 host countries, that is Canada, Mexico, and the United States of America, which country do you think will go the farthest or will actually have the best outing in this World Cup? We want you to answer. Send us a WhatsApp video. Record yourself anywhere, using whichever phone, 30 seconds, your name, where you're watching this show from, and then tell us your answer, and you stand a chance of winning this brand new Azam decoder. Nimeambiwa Azam, ukishinda hii decoder, Azam wanakuja wamejaja, wataunda dancing festival, watakuja na mabouncer, watakuja na outriders, watakusetia mpaka decoder. Hiyo nimeseti watu wa Azam, shauri yenu. Wamenisikia, watajipanga. Remember, you can send also on 22047, give us an answer. You can send a voice note, give us an answer. You can send, or you can call us 0795045864. Piga simu pale, inaonda ako ready kuchukua simu zako. Send as many times as you can. Naona tayari mtu ashatuma voice note already. John Tech kutoka Nyandarua anasema Mexico. Huyu mwingine amesema hajasema jina yake. Tell us your name, where you're watching show from. Hello Cape, huyu anasema hajasema jina yake, anasema ni USA. Felix Mudhoka anasema niko Mlolongo, anasema Mexico. Many people are saying Mexico, Arocho.
Yes.
We'll go far. Joshua Ovita from Embu County anasema Mexico, and then anasema Mexico na 3K United, 3K FC. Watu wa 3K mna kiburi sana. Because keep on sending, of course, your feedback on 0793267279, that's the WhatsApp, and 0795045864. We shall be looking at, of course, let's look some of the groups before we welcome the country director. Najua tutakuwa tunamprep. Najua niliona hapa Sam atakuwa na prep our country director wa Azam, akimvalisha ndo tukiongezi ma groups anakam. Because pia nimeambiwa country director has some interest in football, and I was speaking with him on the sidelines. Akasema timu yake uvaa yellow, timu yake uvaa socks za blue. Atakuja kutuambia kitu hizo blue ni timu gani hiyo, na country mingi zinavanga socks ya blue. That's the country director coming in a bit. But Arocho, just getting to the groups. Group A tomorrow starting, Mexico versus South Africa. Nitakuwa event, nimevaa South Africa sahi, but because it's Mexico who was hosting that event at 2 Rivers tomorrow at 8, unajua lazima u attack na u defend. Group A inakaaje?
Well, Group A, once again, I'm going to go by Mexico. why am I saying so? I said earlier, Mexico, out of the 8 matches that they've played, they've won 6. They've picked 2 draws.
Yeah,
a draw against Portugal, a draw against Belgium. It shows you that it is a very strong side. And something about the venues that really interested me before we move into the groups.
Yes.
This is the very first time in the World Cup history that 3 different countries are hosting this tournament.
Oh yeah,
this is the
expanded tournament.
Yes, this is the very first time that 16 cities are hosting the World Cup. Remember the last World Cup that was in Qatar was just one country, and you know it was just within a very small space.
City, yeah.
But in this we're going to see the organization of FIFA. How are they going to make sure that all these matches playing seamlessly, and the other matches that are going perhaps to be playing concurrently? So this is a test for FIFA for us to see how they're going to organize themselves. But coming back to the groups, I talked about Mexico to be very strong.
Yes.
In Group A, we are looking at Group D. Yes. On screen, this is Group E.
Inapita tu jamani. One of the youngest. One of the.
Yes. Curaçao is a very strange country. If you ask me, if you compare with Kenya, I think it's not even a county within.
It's like Migingo Island.
Yes, they've come for the World Cup, so they might not really give us a strong challenge, because that is a group that I'm seeing German.
Yeah.
Then of course the group that is down on that is Belgium, Iran. Iran might not really come out well. New Zealand might not be that strong. I'm seeing a lot of good football from Belgium, and of course the Pharaohs in that group. I'm expecting them to excel. In Group H, Cape Verde, their debut in the World Cup. Though I'm seeing Saudi Arabia might even try to spoil the party. Remember that the previous World Cup, they beat the defending champions Argentina in the opening match. So it's not a team that you're just going to look at them and feel they might be a pushover. This is a group that I'm seeing Spain and Saudi Arabia to play so well.
You're forgetting Uruguay.
Playoffs.
I'm not considering Uruguay. I think Saudi Arabia, with their performance in Qatar, and Spain are going to do well in Group H.
Of course, those are some of the groups you're looking at in the World Cup that will be happening in Mexico, Canada, and that is Mexico and the USA. Remember, these games will be live on Azam TV. Also, Arocho and the crew, ourselves, we shall also be commentating these games. Arocho, if I'm not getting right, on Radio 47. We shall also be commentating them. So you can imagine, you're watching the games on Azam TV, unasikia sauti ya Arocho huko nyuma na Kauleni, na Kwalanda, na kina Kakazema, na kina Lucky Eriano. You can imagine all that concerted efforts. Yani, no, acha nisifanyie hiyo SIGNET, wanaweza tafutwa na serikali. You can imagine that's how things will be in this particular World Cup. It's an extravaganza. It will be happening over here at the World Cup Extra, only on TV 47. All the highlights shall be giving them to you here. Celine, of course, nilikuwa naomba, I think we have, in order we have prepped country director. So, what do you think about the groups, Celine? Looking at Mexico, in each of the groups that of course you've seen so far as we'll be running on screen. Komoniako, the first group, what do you think? How do it look like for you? Who will make it out of it?
I think in as much as I want to root for my fellow Africans, I feel like if you look at each of the team they have been placed, like if you look at team like DR Congo in Group K, where they have Portugal there, they have Uzbekistan, they have like I've just seen France and Senegal in the same group. I mean, these both teams are good teams, and I feel like all the 10 teams that are from Africa, I feel like some are really going to perform well. If you look at Ivory Coast, you look at the North Africa teams, the Tunisia, Morocco, we have Algeria, we have Egypt. I feel like they are really going to perform really well. Remember in the last World Cup, Morocco really performed well in the World Cup, and I feel like people will have expectations from them, and also Senegal because they are the recent AFCON champions, and I feel like they had time to prepare the AFCON time, and then they went into the World Cup qualifiers, and then if you look at like a team like DR Congo, the last team to make it to the World Cup is the African team. I mean, if you look at their squad, they have a good squad, but again, you see they have challenges, and I feel like it's gonna limit them. But generally, I feel like they are gonna be the dark horses,
Yes.
and they are gonna be the top teams. I feel like it's gonna be a mixture of good entertainment and yeah.
And of course, Edanto looking at France, who were beaten by Ivory Coast in a warm-up friendly. Gives hope, of course, to Ivory Coast. Likely one of the teams that I'm supporting at the FIFA World Cup from Africa. Ivory Coast ni yangu, South Africa ni yangu, na Morocco ndio number one priority huko Morocco. Of course, remember they are the only team that we remember made it in the semi-finals in the last edition, Arocho in Qatar, hapo wakatolewa na kina France. So I'm looking at that. But in your own opinion, of course, in each of the groups.
Actually, that's the group that I want to talk about it. France, Senegal, and Iraq, and Norway.
Yeah.
I think France will do better, but they might not proceed to maybe semi-final because of their tense changing room, whatever will happen. I'm saying that because if you see somebody like Dembele, then you see Mbappe. Dembele went to the team that Mbappe was there for almost, I don't know how many years, before we went to France. Vile alitoka tu hivi, PSG kashinda Champions League 2 times in a row. So, and I think we are going to see so many individuality playing in that team.
Yeah.
Unless the coach come up with a good talk, to talk to both of them, those two players, because they are great players, all of them. They can make France to win this World Cup if they want. But in that group, I think France will proceed in that group. But France, for them, I don't think come out of Kambali because of the tension. Ile tension iko kwa hiyo squad yao. Iko na tension sana because everybody wants to outshine each other. But I saw their friendly match. I think it was yesterday. Olise, one of the players that we need to watch out for him. We have Dembele. We need to watch out for him. We have somebody like Mbappe also. We need to watch out for him. I think France is one of the teams that has a very good squad, but if they don't work as a team, I don't see them even reaching semi-final.
France is a broad-based team. Linda Mwananchi team at the FIFA World Cup 2026, of course, remember, it's a conglomerate of African countries into one. Quickly, of course, let's get into the fixtures that will be happening starting this Thursday, the opening ceremony, the big one, the game that, of course, will be kickstarting the fever of football, the game that will be setting the mood for this particular tournament, the game that will be getting you more motto. In fact, tomorrow, come to Rivers Mall when I'm watching that game of Mexico and Spain. I'll be having the big Mexican kofia. Kubwa sana. In fact, already in order, I have it ready for you. So Mexico versus South Africa, Arocho, a repeat almost of the first game that we had in the 2010 FIFA World Cup in South Africa at Soccer City. Sifiwe Shabalala, 55 minutes, left footer, Kali. Then ule jama nini huko second half kamaliza game.
Well, this time around, I'm not seeing South Africa holding Morocco. Once again, Mexico. The reason why I feel that Mexico might overrun South Africa are two. One, the qualification of South Africa. There were a lot of issues. There were points that were docked of South Africa because of their own making when they were qualifying for the World Cup. And I feel there's a lot of pressure in that team. Mexico, once again, perfect performance in their qualifiers, perfect performance, and not in their qualifiers, but in their friendlies, that is the warm-up before the World Cup. So that sets the tone. And you see, normally when a team does well in their friendlies, it gives them a lot of confidence moving into the tournament. This being a tournament that you play 6 to 7 top matches within 39 days is no mean feat. Another group that perhaps I also need to mention is the group that comes with the Brazil, Haiti. I feel that Brazil, the least that we can get from Brazil is the semi-finals. Why am I saying so? Look at the way they've qualified. Look at the fact that Brazil is the only team that has never missed the World Cup. And that consistency. Look at the individual players that are coming with the Brazilian side. So it's a team that I'm expecting a lot of fireworks from. And I'm not seeing any resistance in that group, more so in the opening matches. So I'm seeing if in any case Brazil is going to not to do well, they might not do well from the semis. And that's why I'm with the Brazilians.
Yep. The Samba Boys, the Selecao, of course, team under Carlo Ancelotti, has brought the European flavor to the Samba Boys. I cannot wait for that extravaganza. I know the last time I was in Brazil in 2010, things were very hot. Things were they worship football. They worship their stars. How will it be in Brazil? In fact, this Sunday, after I've made my way into USA, I'll need to be crossing over to go and watch this Brazil game. Nimeinvitiwa everywhere. I'm in Montreal. I'm wondering nitaenda Atlanta aje, then uko Guadalajara nitaenda aje. But anyway, all in all, we have private jets. Some of us are very privileged, of course, we shall be having all that. Remember, this is World Cup Extra, only on TV 47. Arocho here, Celine Wezera, together with Dantos Sibola here, of course, part of the debut of this particular show on TV 47. For the next, every single day of this World Cup, we shall be here to give you the very, very, very best. And of course, I know Celine has requested to go and get herself the outfit for Samba Boys. Amesema yeye anapenda Brazil, ataenda kuvaa. And of course, also Dantos Sibola amesema anataka kwenda kuvaa nguo yake ya wale watu wake wa huko initwangaje Curaçao. And of course, they will be taking a little bit of a break, and then we shall be having our country director of Azam akuja hapa tu hivi, we talk to him to engage us and to tell you how you can win, how you can enjoy the World Cup uninterrupted at the comfort of your home. Simu yako ukitaka kuwatch Azam, una watch anywhere across Africa. He'll be able to share with us those things. And of course, he'll be able to tell us more about how the celebrations, the dancers, the engineers will be coming to fix this particular decoder at your house immediately, anywhere across the country. Unashinda, tunakuletea, tunakuplagia, una watch World Cup. Zote kwa Azam, kwa radio, kwa TV. Maze leo tumekusort noma sana. World Cup Extra. So don't go away. We are taking a very, very, very short break. I'm back with the juicy part of this particular show.
Na leo mkorada yangu
small money, kapesa kadogo, big behavior.
I only have big notes.
Alikuwa anatafuta courage.
Yaani nafaje kutengeneza kachumbari na manyanya zinakaa hivi? Ona kiki ni kama kiwaru.
Hiyo inaitwa commitment to the lie. Amejicommit.
Ndio hiyo. Mpatie.
Unajua kama una mtu kitu, hata tu salamu ya kawaida inakaa kama reminder.
Habari yako?
Sintalipa kesho.
Kesho gani when?
Si kesho ya kesho ya tomorrow.
Hiyo tena. Mzee ni budi nikamchoka.
Ni budi ni madeni.
Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. on TV 47. Sundays at 8:30 p.m.
Good morning.
You have my rent?
Leo jioni kama tutakuwa tumelipa rent, nauza simu yako.
Hamna pesa.
I need 3 G's to make my nails today.
Sasa hivi natuhusu aje?
Can I order now? Do you ship? Can I get blinking ones?
Mimi nilikuwa na trade. Nimeekelea kitele yangu. Kitele yangu na trade. Nikikunywa maji.
Oh my God. He left me.
Nitumie ni live. Uko nje kuna wifi.
Why? Hi-fi?
Wait, so what do we call this dish again?
I have no idea.
The cucumbers are there specifically for my beauty routine.
Tamulini kero umeka kwa beauty product.
Na ameenda.
Tunafaa tukuwe na logo yetu. Like, si ni brand already. We won't entertain divas.
No. I'm not dealing with a man child.
Amazing. Nishapenda hii energy.
Sundays at 8:30 p.m. on TV 47. Saturday at 8:30 p.m.
My father used to tell me that our hotel is the home for travelers. I guess I forgot that. Recently, it's been more of a mirror of my own ambition.
Booyah!
We might fail. We will probably fail, but not for a lack of trying. So for the last time and the first time, welcome to Connect In, the best experience in Eastern Central Africa and its environs.
Saturday at 8:30 p.m. on TV 47. Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m.
This is a very serious place.
I see that. Surely. Hey, Nyumba.
This is the place.
Just for a few days.
Rule number 2.
Kwani Google inajua maisha yangu wewe?
That's my seat.
World Cup Extra is live here on TV 47, starting today, tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, and many days until the 19th, the 20th, the 21st of July. Yani ile fever itakuwa kama before, during, and after. Yani the entire June, the entire July. We'll even want to extend it to August. World Cup Extra will be here for you to give you the very, very latest. Also, we are also here to tell you the big news that indeed you will not miss any World Cup matches in Mexico, Canada, and the United States, because Azam TV has ensured that in your decoder, hii yani, ukifixiwa hii decoder, wewe una watch games zako zote at the comfort of your home, at the comfort of your device, at the comfort of everywhere you'll be. Azam has got your back. And of course, that's why it forms the basis of our question this particular afternoon. We're asking you so that you can win this lovely decoder, and then Azam will arrange the entire ceremonial giving. They'll even put you in a limousine and ensure you go and put all these particular things on your house and decoder and all these dishes. Please tell us, Mexico, Canada, USA. Which of these countries do you think will go the farthest in the 2026 FIFA World Cup? Talk to us. The number to call is 0795045864. The WhatsApp number is 0793267279. SMS number is 22047. And of course, our channels on Facebook, YouTube, X, all those are open for you also to participate. And our producer, we have Alan Zuki together with Duncan Mutua, and our director Inonda will be, of course, be happy to receive your phone calls, receive your videos, and share them on this live broadcast. Remember, I'm not alone also. I'm together with Celine Wazira, together with Fred Arocho. Dantos has decided to go and take some water, and he'll be joining us just after this particular interview. But first, also, we are honored this particular afternoon at this segment to have the country director of Azam Kenya Limited, who represents Kenya and Uganda. That is Ravi Kumara. Asante sana. Thank you for making time. It's good to see you. Welcome on World Cup Extra on TV 47. And we are glad, of course, Azam, together with Cape Media through TV 47, we shall be working in partnership to ensure all our viewers enjoy World Cup. Let's just get into it. Which team do you think, which team do you support in this World Cup? Either in Africa, in the US, which teams are you vouching for? I know you're vouching for Africa.
For love of Africa, I would support Morocco.
Okay.
I think we have the 10 teams from Africa. I think we, being in Africa, should actually champion for that.
Yes.
And that's where even Azam TV connects to the public. Mm-hmm. This is a big news for us as Azam to bring these games, all 104 matches live in HD, to the people in East Africa, and especially the rights where we have in Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, Malawi, Zimbabwe, Botswana, and Zambia, and as well as in Ghana. So that's like sitting in your home, you can watch all these games live in HD. And for me personally, being in Africa for almost 14 years, I watched how Morocco performed. I watched how Senegal just finished the AFCON. So these two teams are on top, but equally, I will never miss any of our African team representing us in the big stage, especially playing the big guns. If you look at the Brazil, or if you look at every group, I think I don't know how the groups are done. If you look at all the groups till L,
Yes.
in every group there is an Africa team. I think
Correct.
that's really interesting. And I'm excited for tomorrow, especially the first game, Mexico versus South Africa.
Africa.
I think it's live on Azam.
Yes.
And what it also interesting is the opening ceremony and the build-up from our studios in Dar es Salaam. We are very proud to have our Kenyan analysts there at the studio. You've seen the signing ceremonies on social media as well as it was there yesterday, signing off Chico Lawi, Anthony Kimani and Bernard Ochiano. So these will be there providing the analysis in Swahili, and those similar questions that we see on Facebook. I don't want to interrupt FIFA commentary. We have you covered there. Azam Sports 4 HD would give you all the English commentary live feed from FIFA. And for people who are interested to watch in Swahili, and the build-up will be in Swahili, that's on Azam Sports 2 HD. And the build-up sessions will be there before it goes live, up until we get to the live stages. And also this is the first time Azam is also doing this. You would see we are creating bureaus within Kenya. So you'll see our Kenyan producers going around the town, and the matches are there in the night. You can see some of us visiting the KICC, talking to the public, talking to the fans, and getting the feeds back to the studio where there will be interactive sessions. I think that's what is going to make this World Cup even more special. Watch all the games live, as well as the studio build-ups, and from the analysts across East Africa to make it the best experience on Azam TV.
Wow. Wow. I can only say, wow. I know I'm also looking at Celine. Celine is looking and saying, you know, Ravi, Celine is one of the top female analysts we have. And of course, you've mentioned something about Azam will be across the country doing the activations, all that. Celine has just basically submitted her CV to you right now. Celine Jitete. Of course, we have Arocho here and there. But Ravi, of course, that's very huge in terms of course having both Kiswahili and also the English. So watu wetu wa kutoka kule Mombasa, Kiswahili chenyu ambacho mnasema kwamba kinakuaga kizuri, kile kimenyooka vizuri, mtapata watangazaji wa haiba kutoka sehemu za Tanzania, Uganda, wakiweza kuongea kwa lugha ya Kiswahili. Kwa hivyo msitie shaka, Tana River kule, Malindi, wote mtakuwa mnapigiwa shughuli kwa lugha ya Kiswahili. Na kama Kiswahili cha kina Ravi na Azam ni kigumu, Arocho na Kiswahili chake cha sura mbaya watakuwa pale kwa TV Radio 47 akipiga shughuli yake. So you're fully covered because this is a partnership Azam Kenya Limited together with Cape Media to ensure that you miss nothing on all fronts. English, Kiswahili. I was actually engaging together with the country director, Ravi, where you said, of course, most people will be traveling this particular time. And you've clearly mapped out some of the countries that you already have presence in. So if someone is traveling in West Africa, they will not miss any action on Azam TV. If they'll be in Central Africa, in East Africa, wako sorted. And you have goodies, Ravi. Besides just the decoders, you have goodies for fans. Besides them just listening to Chico Lawi and Bernard Otieno and Anthony Kimani, there are more goodies for the viewers. Maybe some of them, so you can whet their appetite.
True. That's a good question, actually. Where can they watch? Obviously, you've seen our decoder. We are the most affordable in terms of our hardware. You buy decoder or you buy the full kit, that is decoder plus the satellite dish, and the installation would be required for you to get this kit organized in your home, connect to your TV. And the most interesting part is this is available on 950 plus package. So you don't have to pay up to 1,500. Obviously, we have content, the best content available on the Play package 1,500. But for the convenience of the general public, now all the FIFA 2026 games are on the Plus package for 950 shillings. So that makes it more affordable. You can watch it on the TV. We also have this available on Azam TV Max app. Just download it on Google Play Store or the iOS thing. And then for existing customers, you have the content available on the TV, plus on your phone, it's for free. And for subscribers who wants to download the Azam TV Max app, from 1,100, you get to watch the FIFA games. Don't forget, we have the best content available in the country. For 1,500 shillings, you have access to the top 185 channels on your decoders. And it has the best of the news, it has best of the drama, it has best of sports from Azam Sports 1, Sports 2, Sports 3, Sports 4, ESPN, ESPN 2. You have the Liverpool TV, Manchester United TV. In terms of general entertainment, you have all the movies, NBC Plus, NBC Action. You have the Swahili content. We have Azam 1, Azam 2. Azam 1 has all the soaps, the movies. Azam 2 has all the shows in Swahili. And when it comes to the kids, we have the best of it. Cartoon, Cartoonito, Nickelodeon, Fix and Foxy, CBBS. This has the best content available on the Play package. And especially for this football, to make it easy, we brought it down to 950, the Plus package. And it's very easy to reconnect. You can dial *309# or pay to our M-Pesa payable number 827190. Key in your account, your smart card numbers, and you're sorted. And it's going live tomorrow. Don't wait for the last minute. I know we as Kenyans, we always prefer last minute rush, but let's get it done today. Let's not wait for the last minute. So wherever you are, that's an interesting question that you watch. We have the rights in all these countries. You have downloaded your app and you're traveling to Uganda tomorrow, watch it on Max app. And for the people, watch at your comfort at your home, all the 104 live games in HD.
And remember, of course, as a mother not telling you, they have 2 remotes in each of the decoders, so that one can be for your girlfriend or your wife, and the other one can be for you, so that you don't have to fight over which channel you are watching. You can also split your screen into so many things. Mmoja watch hiyo ESPN yake na mwingine akiwatch World Cup. Chukua decoder yako. Me, I'm just be giving away. I'm just a messenger. Arocho, if you have any questions for the country director or Celine, if they have, mnaweza rusha 2-3.
Well, mine was just about the app. I've liked what you've talked about the app and the fact that you can watch it on your phone, because most of these games, perhaps some will be during working hours. Tell us more about the app and, of course, how we can download the app, more about it. And if in any case I'm not a subscriber, what do I do so that I can get my subscription and watch my matches while I'm at work?
Yeah, I think I would say just tap into your left shoulder, the Max. That's the logo that you see on your Google Play Store. Download it.
Yes.
It's pretty simple, as easy as it is done.
Self-explanatory.
Just download, and the sign-up is pretty easy, and it's connected to the M-Pesa. Just pay in for the package, and you're good to go. If you are a new customer, if you have Azam TV account, you can watch it for free on your phone as well as on your decoder. So your family watches, kids watches maybe the cartoons on the TV, but you don't want to be disturbed watching all these fantastic World Cup games on your phone. Just log into your Max app and you're good to go. It's as easy as simple on Android and on iPhone.
Yeah, very important. Yeah, at least now we know the Max. It's self-explanatory. I'm sure it's both in English and Kiswahili. You let's get kama English in your language, you can do it in English. And of course, Kiswahili. Celine, just before I let you have any question for the country director, besides gig activation?
I think I'm the biggest consumer of Azam because that's where I watch my Premier League, Kenya Premier League.
Yes. Yes. The Kenya Premier League, of course, Azam have ensured that we enjoyed that game in case some of us didn't go to the stadiums. They were giving us that. Now they are bringing us the World Cup. They are growing with Kenya. Azam tunashukuru sana mnapiga hiyo shughuli. I'm tempted. I remember you mentioned something about you have also content from the likes of the Germanys and all that. I'm very tempted to ask you which team you support in the English Premier League in connection to the World Cup, because people like who support Portugal will be mostly watu wa Man U. Now that, God bless Africa, now that you said you support African teams, which is your English Premier League?
I don't know. I don't want to politicize this debate by telling who I prefer because I'm a broadcaster. I would like
you don't have to be conflict of interest.
No. But I think everyone has their favorite teams.
Yeah.
And I think we should aim for watching it. And I think football connects the people.
Yeah.
I know there are fans who go extra beyond the wire, but I think this is about celebration.
Yes.
Kids, it's a good platform for kids to watch how big football has grown. And as you rightly pointed, and as Celine rightly pointed, we as Assam investing into the Kenyan football and having the rights for Kenyan Premier League, and this season it's called Sports Spacer League. It is to motivate all the youngsters to participate and grow in this sports. And with the rights that we have, we are equally supporting the federation as well as all the clubs. And the season, it's again going to kick off in August 25th. That's a tentative date what I saw. And now the last season we have broadcasted up to 180 games, all in HD. And you have seen we have new assets that are sent by our group who holds the rights. And we were able to, and now this season we're looking at making it more interesting along with the partners, Sports Space, along with Federation.
Yes.
And we're going to make it really big on the local sports as well, especially on the Kenya Premier League. We have seen that has grown to the next level in this season, and with the help of our partners, especially watch it on Assam TV. But since it's a football show, I don't want to go. Maybe we'll have another separate session and I will be invited. We have a lot more to speak on that. But I would advise everybody, if you want to get the Assam TV decoder, we have dealers throughout the country. And we also have our roadshow truck in Coast that is going on, fully branded with the World Cup. And we have almost 20 crew members going through town to town. They visited Kwale. I think now they will be going to Taita Taveta, Mombasa, Kilifi. Catch them there. They have all the kits and everything. Plus, you can get this decoder anywhere in the country at all our dealers.
Yeah.
Sign up is easy, so let's enjoy the game.
Indeed, of course. And of course, as you do the activations across the country, Celine comes from Murang'a County. So if you want to do activation in Murang'a County, you're sorted. Homa Bay County or the Nyanza, this is the face. Antony Kwalanda here in Western Kenya, Kakamega, Manda Shivanga, Malava constituency. Don't look any further, country director. These are the talent you need to be using. Of course, also, what Ravi is not telling you, the country director of Assam, is that just besides showing this football, the investments in terms of the employment, the infrastructure that they have put in the country, they have put Kenya on a totally new level. What he was also saying about the Kenyan Premier League, our top flight league, the players, the teams, the management, Rocho will tell you, there was a certain percentage players were receiving, teams were receiving, federation were receiving to grow the game. So basically the game has actually grown from the time Assam set foot in the country to broadcast. Homes have been changed. Players are consistently getting something to put on the food on the table. Players are getting money to buy the 950 shillings worth of bouquet of decoder to watch World Cup. Players have homes to go sleep. Players have salaries to go buy something for whatever. So definitely it's just not only they're watching. If you're watching Assam tomorrow, just know you're watching a company that has touched a life in Mandera, in Moyale, in Kisumu, in Kakamega, everywhere. Imeguza Mutu, somebody who of course is participating in football. Country director, thank you so much.
Thanks so much for hosting.
For coming to share with us for this huge partnership. A partnership, of course, that is changing the football fabric in the country. We appreciate. We will continue supporting each other. Sababu relationship ndo imeanza. It will continue. We have the Africa Cup of Nations coming, and I'm sure you'll be involved in it here in the country. That's, of course, our World Cup here in Africa. So we are happy and very excited about this particular partnership. And if I've forgotten anything, Ravi, you can tell us as we come to the tail end of this Arocho. We've had a lot of side shows, I'm sure, on the side shows of the World Cup. But one interesting thing that you're looking forward to this World Cup that will stand out, itakuwa ni gani hiyo?
Well, it's the nerves on the pitch. Normally, this being a tournament, the first match might not really be that exciting.
They'll be defending, yes.
Yes, as the tournament progresses, you tend to realize that injuries coming, fatigue also comes in. Yes. So it needs a lot of nerves to settle so that you can perform. The second round for me will be when you start seeing great football. Once again, I'm going to say it that in the Qatar World Cup, the first match that Argentina played, they lost. And that one is lost in many people's mind, that Argentina lost their first match, yet they were the eventual winners. And they lost against a team that nobody believed that they could lose a match against. So the first match at times might not really give you the direction, but once you progress to the second and the third match, and now is when you start seeing boys separated from men. And that one comes in the second round, and of course the quarterfinals as you progress.
Celine, yourself, of course, looking at these fixtures, we've had a lot of sideshows on this particular event. Of course, the referee who was going to make history, the Somali referee, who had made so many history, the first ever to officiate the CAF Champions League, the first ever to get to the World Cup, the first ever to receive the, Somali to receive the best referee of the year 2025. All these hula baloos on the sideline, but they are part and parcel of the fun, the joy of the World Cup.
I think for me, I'm just waiting for surprises because I know there are going to be surprises. It's from so many teams, and the trophy is only one, and the countries are 48. So it's going to be like everybody wants to grab the trophy, but at the end of the day, there will be only one winner. And I feel like it should be as interesting as the 2022 World Cup, because I think we had one of the most fantastic finals between France and Argentina. I feel like in as much as there have been negatives in the preparations and the hosting teams and all that, I hope we get the best out of these tournaments. And I'm actually rooting for my African teams. I'm wearing a Senegal jersey. I'm rooting for my African teams, but anyways, I'm always Team France. My boy Desiree is gonna outshine all those youngsters. Akina Yamin, there. But that Spain squad, it's literally a Madrid team, because literally if you look at the names there, it's everything Madrid. But anyways, I'm just up for the surprises. Yeah, it will be a very huge World Cup full of surprises. And here at World Cup Extra on TV47, all those surprises, action, highlights, every bit of it that you'll have watched live on Azam. We shall be giving you the highlights again later on, of course, every single day, 4:15 p.m. all the way to 5:30. This is the place to be. We shall be giving you everything, the stats, the banter from some of the very best. We shall be having some of the best Azam analysts and presenters. They will also be making their way here to share, of course, what they are also experiencing in the World Cup, because this is a relationship that we want to do to give you the very best in terms of the football fever this June and July. Only on TV47, on Radio 47 and Digital 47. Now remember, Argentina have won it, France, Germany, Spain, Italy, Brazil, France, Brazil, West Germany, some of the most outstanding teams that have actually come out strong. Germany's, the Italy's, and the Spain in this particular competition, who will be able, of course, to make it to the New Jersey Stadium on the 19th of July. All that we shall be giving it to you here every single day and every single step. So now, that's question of the day that we had asked you, which teams will, or which country will make it all the way, maybe to the final or to the semi-final, between that is Canada, Mexico, and the USA. We definitely, of course, have received thousands of your messages that have come through. We might not have the time to actually go through each of them, but Francis Eboya, thank you for sending. Jonte, asante sana kwa kutuma ujumbe wako. Dennis, asante sana. Michael, thank you very much. Afande from Bomet, thank you very much. And those other thousands, of course, on the SMS, I know I've seen the SMS 22047, you've sent a lot of your feedback. We shall be able to select amongst those who sent their messages, both for video, voice notes, and the text. And we're going to give you a winner to reach out to you and give you this brand new decoder. We shall do a ceremony for you, whether virtually or whether physically. But remember, there are dealers across the country. So ukishinda, sisi tunapigia tu dealer kule Garissa na kuambia kupatie nini yako. Kama umeshinda kule Kisumu, ni kupigia tu dealer, unapatiwa decoder.
Kama uko huko Busia, tunapiga tu dila, unapata dekoda yako for watching. And every single show, we have goodies for you. Merchandise, balls, you name it, as you watch this World Cup Extra show. On behalf of the entire squad, najua nilikuwa nafanya niite Dantos, but Dantos ako pale, alikwama pale. Dantos akifuata food na maji anakuaga amekaa hapa ametulia na shidi na hiyo. Asante sana Dantos Sibola for being part of us. Arocho, thank you very much for being here with us, of course, on this particular show. Celine Wazira, we appreciate, of course, your input. We have Duncan Mutua, we have Alan Zuki and Boniface Kimanzi, of course, the producer of this show, together led by our director, my very good friend Emmanuel Inonda. We appreciate, of course, you've watched this particular show. The graphics team, led by, I'm saying Jane. We also have the team that, of course, is led by the sound engineer, by my good friend Sam. And the MCR, the digital team, we say thank you very much for watching. This is World Cup Extra. Country Director, Azam Kenya Limited, Bwana Ravi Kumar, thank you very much indeed for sharing this wonderful story. This is just the beginning of this journey of the World Cup. I'm so excited about what is ahead of us, and we're looking forward to whether your team, South Africa, tomorrow, Bwana Ravi, will be able to beat Mexico, my team that I'll be supporting tomorrow night at Two Rivers. Thank you so much, Azam, and the entire Azam family and organization. We appreciate for this relationship. We don't take it for granted. Sisi tunasimama together, we stand together. My name is Tony Kolanda. This is World Cup Extra every single day, 4:15 to 5:30. God bless. See you in Mexico City tomorrow from 8 p.m.